Hey, I tell you what, I don't know where to begin with this one. I mean, where do you start when you're talking about the profound musings of Guardian columnist Owen Jones? Well, he had a latest Twitter gem in which he attributed the anti-LGBT laws in Gaza to the British Empire. It was a mesmerising blend of historical ignorance and a seemingly boundless capacity to absolve modern-day tyrants of any wrongdoing. I mean, Owened, while it's true that the British Empire left behind a few anti-gay laws across the colonies, I don't think it's right to actually argue that, frankly, the current homophobic climate in Gaza exists because of a mandate that expired in 1948. It's laughably simplistic, even for you. Because you see, Owen, nations have this wonderful ability to evolve, to amend outdated laws, to actually stride forward into a more enlightened societal framework. You take Israel, for example, a nation state that Owen has a thing or two to say about. They were under the same British mandate, but they since blossomed into a haven of LGBTQ plus whatever it is rights in a region not exactly renowned for a progressive stance on these matters. They didn't just repeal the antiquated laws, but they actually embraced a culture of acceptance. And actually in Tel Aviv, the pride capital of the Middle East, that's not there because of the British, but despite the British, right? Israel did that on its own. But let's hop over to Gaza, shall we? Under the tender care of Hamas since 2006, you would think they might have found a moment to overturn the 1936 British decree if it so very much vexed them. But alas, Mr. Jones, instead of legislative evolution, they've clung to and even bolstered these anti-gay laws. It seems your beloved Hamas pals have been rather busy. Not with updating outdated laws, but with hurling gays off buildings in a chilling display of medieval brutality. And where, pray tell, are the outrage and the protest marches among your left-leaning cohorts in Gaza? The silence is absolutely deafening. The intellectual gymnastics that you have to make to lay the blame at the feet of the British while ignoring the glaring hateful ideology of Hamas, it's now short of astounding. So when is Hamas LGBTQ plus pride scheduled for Owen? I'm sure the LGBTQ plus community is just itching to march through the streets of Gaza, rainbow flags fluttering in the breeze, but if only it weren't for that pesky British mandate from 85 sodden years ago. Oh, and your insinuation that pre-mandate Palestine was a haven of homosexual acceptance. It's a historical fallacy of the highest order. It's Islamist fanaticism, not British legislation, that fuels the hatred and violence against gay people in that community in Gaza. Do you think under the Ottoman Empire it was a bastion of LGBTQ plus progressivism? I doubt it very much. You might as well blame the Ottoman Empire for today's Middle East conflicts. It's a historical misdirection that serves absolutely no purposes, least of all the oppressed individuals living under Hamas's rule. And while we're rewriting history, I went all Jonathan Ross there, didn't I? It actually this is an attempt to suit Owen Jones's narrative. Why doesn't he pen a law banning terrorism and give that to his friends in Hamas? Perhaps that'll usher in peace across the Middle East. Maybe that's the solution to the current travails that is currently taking place in the region. Maybe it wasn't actually the shackles of ideological blindness that surrounds Hamas in Gaza. Perhaps while you're at it, Owen, you could check if Stonewall has added Hamas to their top 100 employers of 2023 list. Your logic suggests that they'd fit right in. I'm sure anyone seeking hormone blockers and mastectomies for children will be able to get it in the Hamas healthcare system. No problem at all. The sheer bloody lunacy of these people, man. It is absolutely astounding. Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.